This is a video on YouTube's 2018 monetization rules, also known as the moving target, as I like to call it, since they tell you to aim one way and then you try to aim there. So they're basically saying to aim higher, that we're not aiming high enough. We shouldn't be afraid to grow our channels. Like those little channels basically telling you, like, don't be afraid. This is the next step. You already worked this hard to get like the few that you already have. I mean, what's the difference if you like doing this, right? So that's kind of like the first thing. So then also in talking about all this brings up a question. If you're thinking about starting your own like personal channel. So like I like to say, if you're gonna play a game, and to me opening up a channel is kind of like a game and seeing who's the best player, you have to know the rules of the game, the full game, before you can play the game. So here, let me tell you what the rules were before they changed them. So the previous rules were you had to get 10,000 views and a YouTube review is what you needed. So there weren't these if, ands, or buts like there are in the new contract, which is kind of interesting. They're also basically telling you that they can move it at any point. So this is kind of like what I'm going to discuss, and also a little bit of the math as to the types of numbers that you need to hit to be able to accomplish the goal. So it's kind of a breakdown so you can see when you look at your analytics. So yeah, like I was saying, the previous rule is 10,000 views and a YouTube review is all you need. Unfortunately, I failed. In 2 months, I was able to manage 879 views, which is a little bit under 10%. So you could probably hit it like in a year, right? According to these numbers, under the assumption that you don't continue to grow. So new rule. The new rule is that they will only review you, meaning they'll even consider your account for monetization if that is your goal. So now for them to even review you and consider you, you will need 4,000 watch hours in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. So if we do a little math here, right? So this is where kind of like the math part comes in. So 12 months plus 1,000 subscribers equals possible monetization, not guaranteed, because if they don't like the content that you're creating, then you might not be considered. So in other words, they're being very picky, and I'll talk as to some reasons why I think why. Also, so they're basically telling you with these, if you can manage to get 1,000 members, what are you doing for them to continue to follow you and view their time? Because basically that is what's happening when you are making a YouTube video, is if you don't get to the point, what are you doing to maintain those 1,000 subscribers is kind of going to be the challenge. Here's a little bit of the math on the minute. So if you have 4,000 hours, you would then take that time and you multiply it by 60 minutes. So 4,000 hours by 60 minutes, because that's the duration of 1 hour. So that comes out to 240,000 minutes in 1 year. So this is where I stand right now. After I did the math, currently I'm at 2,494 minutes, or the same as 19 movies. If you Google the average time of a movie, it's 160 minutes. So basically it's kind of like saying that 19 people have been to my movie, which probably half of that is me. So that's what I believe they're trying to fix. So if we go per day, that's 4,000 hours divided by 24. And per day you would need to see 166.666 hours a day. That's the minimum. If you were to do it per minute, so every minute, every day for a whole year, 657.53 minutes is what is per day is what is necessary for you to survive, basically. So you need like 657 per minute, like true fans. So we're talking not just one person is watching you, but like we're talking a few people at a time. If we do it in hours per day, it's 657.53 hours divided by 60. So basically out of 1 day, you are being viewed 10.958 hours per day. So that's what you need to average per day. So once again, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee of monetization. So even if you hit those requirements, the others have to follow. So it's a whole package. It's not just one thing. It's everything. They're gonna review you to see if they like you, and who can make them the most money, pretty much. It allows them to filter out very quickly, like the people. So who can make them the most money, and it filters out certain people and certain types of messages. They're going to review you to see if they like you, and then who can basically make them the most money. They do not want wasted space, meaning I'm not talking about like human space, I'm talking about digital space, because so much information is being uploaded right now. I think that it's no longer becoming cost effective for them to store all the information that's coming up. So this is a way to kind of filter out certain things. So the more ad revenue that they manage to gain from you, so pretty much they are filtering out the content that is considered under the guidelines bad, ugly, boring content. And my question to you, kind of watching this, is this a form of digital discrimination? Is my main question to you. There are some people that out there that do create these videos because they like the videos. So these are kind of like my my final thoughts, my key words. So I would like to hear people's opinions and feedback regarding the matter. Is this the beginning of net neutrality? Has the internet now become more difficult to acquire for the little person? I think so. Companies are slowly purchasing their way into the social media so that they can market products through us. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you. If you stay to the end,